How did we start it the last time?
We were talking about the therapy.
Oh, you were talking about your crotch wiener.
Yes. Does it still look like I have a crotch wiener?
It kind of goes with what we're going to talk about today.
I agree. Let's get it started.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Lynn.
And we're
just two girls. Well. Look who came back for more. We're your two favorite girls, and we're here to dive in.
Oh my gosh, they showed us so much love in the last one.
It was really impactful. I thought that was so sweet.
I did not expect for anyone to even listen in the first place.
I did.
Yeah, I was like, at least 5 people are gonna listen to it.
No, definitely. I thought it was really sweet. We also, we got some good feedback.
Some good stuff.
So we appreciate that. Today, let's talk about women empowerment.
Women empowerment. Also, you guys who listened wanted to hear about a few different things that we think that we could tie into this, right?
Absolutely.
Life after graduation. You guys wanted to hear about Amanda's thespian stories because she's a thespian.
Not a lesbian. I'm a thespian. That was one of the comments.
No way.
My coworkers' friends were like, "Oh, she's a lesbian. Which one is the lesbian?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm married. She has a kid with her fucking boyfriend."
Well, it still could work out. Who knows?
That was funny. Who do you think would be the lesbian?
Any of us, really. Lesbians come in all shapes and sizes and forms.
Yeah, honestly.
So who cares?
I think it would be you.
Yeah, I see that. I see that, though. My sexuality is questionable. But
anyways, we just wanted to have some iced coffee and spill some tea.
Spill some tea. That was another big comment. You guys are so ready to spill some tea.
Dude, I'm like, I don't even...
What are you going to spill? What are you going to spill?
Female empowerment?
Mm-hmm.
So let's start off with life after graduation. So graduated 2015. I really didn't push myself to do anything, like go out of like to college. Really, I went like community college. I did Miami-Dade. Go Sharks!
I forgot that's the mascot. Oh, I'm like, Sharks?
Yeah, man.
The lack of school spirit. I also went to Miami-Dade.
Yeah, we both went to Miami-Dade.
We saw each other there a few times.
That's where our love story started.
Except our love story kind of started like at a distance. We didn't really talk until I started dating your best friend.
Yeah, but I knew her.
I knew you too.
I saw her in the hallway and I was like, I know that girl. She went to my school.
Yeah. We followed each other on Instagram for years.
We really did.
We talked that one night at the club.
Yeah. Did we talk about that the last episode?
No, we didn't.
Should we talk about it?
No!
How we first got together? Okay.
We can talk about it.
Okay, fine. So me and E-Man, we went to a club and just as friends, like this was like our early 20s. I think I was 22 or 21 and we were just like, let's go clubbing. Let's go get fucked up. So we went to ladies night because I didn't have monies and we went to Blackbird and then we're dancing, la, 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 doing our thing. And then he sees Lynn in the middle of the dance floor and he's like, Amanda, Lynn's here. And I'm like, oh my God. So then I went to go get a drink and I bumped into her and I was like, hey girl. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, hi. And then I forgot.
I asked you for your pen at that point. I was like, can I hit your pen? If you know the era. And she did because she's so nice. And I was like, okay, bye. I actually did see E-Man there too. I did lock eyes with him. That night I had gone with 2 of my good friends, Mel and Cam, and we went out for ladies' night because we also did not have money. And I remember us showing up, and I even remember what I was wearing that day. Funny enough, I'm reconnecting with like the love of my life, basically, at this point.
Tethered.
It was red string theory, like for real. Except I was dating someone else at the time. Ooh. But anyway, we go and we walk into the club, me and my friends, and I remember wearing a gray shirt, my hair like this huge because it was long and it was so curly and I didn't know what to do with it. It was huge. And I'm just like feeling myself. I felt like a disco queen.
Yeah.
And I was like, walking in and I'm dancing with my friends. At this point, I pregame before. Who pregames before ladies' night? The drinks are free. So I got so drunk that night. That's probably the night that I got the drunkest ever. But point is that we were there and I'm dancing with my friends and I look to the side and I'm like, and he's like, and I was like, let me act like I didn't see him. And I continued dancing and I feel the stare. You know when you feel someone looking at you? I'm like, is he? And I look again, he's like, it was so funny. So I was like, I guess I have no other option. Let me go say hi to him. So I go up and I'm like, hey, it's nice to see you. And in the corner of my eye, I do see Amanda like this.
Because I was like, what's a brewing?
She's like, and he was like, oh, I thought you weren't going to say hi to me. And I'm like, I wasn't. And then I said hi to him. I was like, we'll see you around. And after that, I can't tell you what the fuck happened that night. That's like when I feel like I was like losing memory. Mm-hmm. But like, who pre-games before a ladies' night? Like, we were already drinking so much when we got in there. So anyway, that was the origin story. That's where our friendship, I feel, really started.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you need to tell them about your lore.
What?
Like
what
your
lore?
and Iman's lore. Like, okay, you don't get it. So when she felt the stare, as if I was you. When she felt that staring, it was because they were like Romeo and Juliet. They were together when they were in middle school. You know, when your first crush, that's like, that shit is like, you're obsessed with them and then you forget about them, but you're like, oh, I remember.
You know I remember those times. Yeah, that's the thing.
It was like
we were friends. Yeah, we were friends for like a good amount of time when we were kids. We were like 11 and 12.
Yeah.
And then we dated for like a bit, but like a middle school relationship.
Yeah.
But it actually ended up being for like 8 months. Like we dated for middle school times. Dude. Like that's a long ass time. Dude. That's a long ass time. And then we broke up when we started high school, you know, just like kind of grew out of each other. And we actually stayed friends after that. Mm-hmm. But I heard a rumor. Funny enough, I heard a rumor.
Who was the bird? Who's the bird?
Should we bleep it out or should I make up a different name?
Bleep it.
He made a rumor that I slept with E-Man. But I, at the time, did not know it was him who said that. Mind you, I am a 15-year-old virgin, okay? I was like so innocent. Well, to a certain extent. But you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm a slut. In high school, I was like so terrified of everyone saying anything about me that I was like, ugh. So I stopped being friends with E-Man because I thought that E-Man was the one spreading that rumor because we had broken up and he was upset about it, you know. But I thought it was like him kind of getting like his lick back and being like, oh, but yeah, like I slept with her, you know, like.
Yeah.
But it turns out we don't talk again after this time. Then I go through my breakup and him and I reconnect. And we had gone out like supposedly just to hang out, but technically it was our first date. And he was like, I never said that about you. I would never say that about you. Like, even after things ended, like I respected you a lot. Like I still thought about you and wished you well. And we were even friends after that. Why would I say that? He went to my 15s and we had already broken up, you know? And we're like, because that guy used to call me every night. And I never thought anything about it because I was like 13, 14.
The guy that we just bleeped?
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Even while E-Man and I were dating, he would call me all the time.
What the fuck?
And it was like, you know, I don't remember if you did this when you were in middle school, but like just talking on the phone.
Yeah.
So like your classmates, it was like so fun. It was like, who is this? Oh, hey, what's up? Did you do the homework? And he would call me like every night. Or every other night, like all the time.
For me, it wasn't on the phone. That's a lie. It was more like, God, I feel so old. What is that called?
AIM?
Yes, but it was through a webcam.
Oh,
I want to say FaceTime, but
it wasn't FaceTime. It was the blue one. It was Skype.
Skype.
Oh my God, I used to
love
go on
3 ways with my girls.
Yes, that was it.
And I had that one guy best friend.
Yes. Yes, the one from last time. From the last episode. No.
I'm talking about 8th grade. No, I never.
No?
8th grade, yeah. No, it was on Skype. It was, well, I had 2 best friends in middle school, guy best friends. One of them was like cool and I knew since like elementary from like 6th grade to 7th grade to 8th grade.
Oh my god.
And then I had another best friend who was like trying to be a rapper.
I love that though.
Yeah. And
I
he
love
was
a
the
man
one
with
that
hobbies.
I always liked Lil Wayne, but he was the one that like put me on to Lil Wayne.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
I didn't know was the one that did that.
Yes.
You know, that's how I met E-Man.
But okay, so more context. I also didn't think it was weird that this guy would call me all the time because him and I were more friends than E-Man and I were at the time, because I had classes with this guy.
Oh.
He was in the gifted program. So him and I were in classes together all day since 6th grade. I never saw him again after like middle school, but
I never saw him after high school ever again.
you saw him in high school?
Yeah.
He went to our school?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's how much like I dissociated.
Him and his sister. Both sisters.
I dissociated during high school. I didn't even go to prom or anything because I was there like.
You didn't go to prom?
I didn't go to prom.
Because you graduated early?
Because I graduated. Actually, graduating early was because of how much I hated high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
High school did suck.
Yeah.
It did suck.
I was also going through a lot of personal things. So I feel like I didn't really get to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also got to enjoy my life more once I got more freedom. Like when I left high school, when I was in high school, well, this could lead into our conversation of life after graduation. The year that I graduated, I had graduated technically my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was.
She's fucking brilliant.
No. But I was working during that junior year at a movie theater.
Bitch.
You see, I've been hustling my whole life.
Dude, you're a fucking badass. Working in high school, I was such a lazy little cunt. I would never.
I was dying to work. I was dying to work because I was dying to have my own money. Because like I didn't have any money and I wanted money.
Of course. And you don't
And
want to be like badgering your mom. I got you.
I really wanted a car.
Yeah.
That was the thing I wanted. I was like, I need my freedom. I felt like a bird in a cage. So my junior year, I started working at the movie theater.
Movie called?
The $8 movie theater. It's a Cobb. It's on 57th.
Yes.
In Miami Gardens.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
That's where I worked.
Okay, cool.
I worked in there. That was the worst job. Even to this date, I've worked a lot of jobs.
My older sister worked at Movie Co. Hialeah.
Yeah? Movie theaters are the worst jobs in the world.
She hated it. She hated it.
The hours, the standing all day, the getting burned by the popcorn machine.
Damn.
Horrible. But so I worked there. I saved up a little bit of money and I got a car. My mom helped me too, and we got myself like a little car. So as soon as I graduated and I had my license, that's when I started living my life. I was like, finally.
Bye, bitch.
Goodbye. My mom would be calling me, where are you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm figuring it out.
You tell me, shorty, I'm there.
But yeah, that was my life after graduation. Now you take me up until that point, like summer after graduating.
Okay, so summer after graduating, I wasn't working yet. I was still with my ex. I really wasn't doing much. I didn't really have much hobbies. I was a huge theater kid and I wanted to continue pursuing theater. So I went to Miami-Dade and started doing theater there, fell in love with the community there. Like that was probably, I loved high school theater, but college theater was probably top tier. That's where I learned a lot of like the deep levels of shit, and also like having more appreciation for like stage crew and like background and cameras. And like I was a stage manager for one of the productions that I had auditioned for but didn't get. Mm-hmm. But even that background knowledge was like, oh, this is beautiful. Like this creative thing that we're doing. It was like mind blowing. And I met a lot of really great people there.
Yeah.
I really did. Yeah. Beautiful. I don't know.
No, I get you, because so when I was in high school and in middle school, since I was a kid, I loved music. And when I left high school, I really wanted to do music school. But like I said, I wasn't preparing for that. I wasn't ready for that sort of thing to like apply to a real music school.
Right. Because you went to New World.
I went to New World very shortly in high school.
You still went?
Very, very shortly. But honestly, I didn't stick to it because I didn't have the balls to. If we're being real, I feel like that's been like a common theme in my life that I've had to like fight against. And I'm finally at the point where I'm like, I'm never going to find the balls to do it. So I might as well just do it. Just like put myself into it and figure it out along the way. because I would look around and I felt like so lacking talent, lacking money, lacking resources. Like all these people had been classically trained since the age of 6, and I felt so little compared to them. And it was also so out of my comfort zone because it was like I grew up in Hialeah. I lived in Hialeah my whole life. I went to school here, and to get on the train and go downtown and be around all these people from Coral Gables, Coconut Grove. I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand you guys.
Pinecrest.
It felt like we spoke 2 different versions of English. On top of that, I'm like, you guys don't say bro, and like you wouldn't use the same kind of slang that we would use. So it felt very like I couldn't like fit in. So I very quickly was like, I don't want to be here anymore. And my mom hated that I was going there. She hated it because she was like, it feels unsafe that you are 15 years old and you're going to downtown Miami.
Yeah.
That you're getting on a train and you're going to downtown Miami. This feels so unsafe. So as soon as I said, I don't want to be here, she's like, you're leaving. Let's go. We're getting you out of there. And I ended up in HML and then Hialeah High.
Nice.
And Hialeah High is where I graduated. But I loved music. And when I finally got into Miami-Dade, the point of our conversation, it felt very much like real life, like being able to like if you were doing like these productions and stuff in real life, because they took it so seriously. And I love that. I was like, oh my God, yes, I want this to be my life. Like, this is what I want to do. And like the endless hours, it felt like it paid off in the end, right? Because then you would be there and you would be like, I was in a few musicals at Miami-Dade and I loved that shit.
Dude, the production crew, they would go all out, man.
All out.
Even your professor, like she had her notes. So was my professor. I know they worked together on a lot of stuff because he was like acting and she was music. So like when musicals were like, they had to
we would work with both of them. He was tough.
Dude, he is so good.
He's so good.
I forgot his name.
Andy.
Yes, cute. Aww. Oh my God, if he sees this.
You'll be like, this is so weird.
I didn't
like,
go to FIU. I'm sorry. No. Because I had auditioned for FIU theater and I got put on the wait list and I was like, oh, fuck you. I was so bitter about it.
Better than me. FIU literally, so FIU, I applied for FIU and auditioned for their jazz music because I wanted to be a jazz vocalist. I didn't want to apply to be a classical vocalist. I didn't want to apply for musicals because my love was with the jazz vocals. And I did ensembles in Wolfson for jazz ensembles.
Damn.
And I did it, and it was the best time of my life. But there wasn't anything like that at North Campus.
Yeah.
So when I auditioned for FIU, they had just recently started a jazz vocal program. They were only admitting a few people in, and they didn't approve me. I was like, what the fuck? But then I auditioned for the new school of jazz and contemporary music in New York, and they approved me. They even gave me a small scholarship. They let me in, and I couldn't go.
I was going to say, what the fuck are you doing here?
I couldn't go. I went to New York and everything. I went to New York. I tried to find an apartment.
You didn't tell me this.
This is like one of my darkest moments.
I'm sorry.
This is one of my darkest
We don't have
moments.
to talk about it.
No, it's fine. I don't care now.
Okay, fuck it.
Life worked out at the end.
Yeah.
But because also I then got to a point where I hated music school. I feel like
that whole situation gave you resentment?
Not just that, but even leading up to that point, it was like I got too technical with it. The training was so technical that I lost the emotion side of it.
I got it.
Like all I could see was like, this wasn't smooth enough. I need to do it with this breath, and I need to breathe here and I need to breathe there. And I disconnected from the emotional side of what I loved about music. And I actually reconnected with it after my breakup when I was like, I'm just going to start writing music. And I just wrote things to write things. And I was like, I don't care if it sounds good or not. And I actually ended up loving everything I wrote. So,
you know what I just thought? Oh, man actually help.
A man can actually help.
Sorry.
That's all they're capable. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Carlos because he doesn't agree with my resentment towards most of mankind.
We're kidding. We love men.
I love men.
I love men. I love my husband.
Men are great.
But also, just side note, a couple of notes that we got, like, this is just yapping. Yeah, we're yapping.
This is the whole point of it.
This is the whole point. We're going to talk about different topics.
We're going to jump around. This is going to be ADHD talk, like for real, for real. We're like, that's how we ended up on the Revolutionary War and Martin Luther King the last time.
Y'all really like that Martin Luther King comment.
Yeah.
Period.
Oh my God. You know what I got a lot of comments on?
What?
That people loved? They were like, the Holocaust. They were
My
like,
sister. She was like, "You guys got a little too deep with that, a little too dark." I was like, "Sorry."
oh really? I got a lot of comments where they're like, yes, I was also obsessed with the Holocaust.
Yeah.
But Vanessa, love you, Vanessa, actually mentioned, she's like, I think I was obsessed with the Holocaust because there was such great cinematography surrounding it. Like The Pianist, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, like those movies were so beautifully made that it low-key romanticized it. That's all I'm saying.
Also, Kristen Dunst did a movie about the Holocaust that
Who's Kristen Dunst?
Bring It On. What else? She's from that the Virgin Suicides.
Oh, her name was Kristen Dunst.
She's the one that plays Lux.
Not the main girl.
The main girl.
The one who's like on the roof fucking.
Yes.
Okay.
With Josh Hartnett. Yes.
Yes.
That's Kirsten. I forgot. Kristen Dunst. Whatever the fuck. She was in when she was younger, like 16. She did a movie about how like she accidentally went back in time and she met like her actual like great grandparents or some shit like that, and it was the Holocaust going on, and she was just like, no, I was just in like Boston, and she's like, no, your name is Svetka and you're in fucking Poland or whatever the fuck.
No,
it's a great movie. Anyways, we're yapping.
No, but that's so good.
It was really
good. Oh my god, now I want to find out what movie that is.
It's called The Devil's Something. It's not The Devil's Advocate. That's the one with that
with
guy.
the lawyer. Is that the
yes? Yes.
That movie's so funny because at the end,
no, yeah, it has the same actor. It isn't it. Who's this guy?
Scarface guy.
Yes. Fuck, what's his name?
It's
not Tony Montana.
Not Tony Montana, but it's Tony Montana.
Pablo? No.
His name is definitely not Pablo. Al Pacino?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
You see, there was a. Yeah, no.
You said his name was Pablo.
I was so close.
Like Pablo Escobar. Okay, off camera, we were talking about if we liked mob movies. Now, I personally love that whole era, mob everything, Italian mob, New York City, like, love that vibe. But also, oh my God, it left my brain.
Brain fart? I could smell it.
It left my brain. I was going to say a different kind of movie that I like. All right, let's pause for a sec. So this is Futurelyn, and the genre was Colombian drug cartel movies. Okay, we could carry on. I lost it. That's like, ever since I had a baby, I just lose all my thoughts. They're so hard to keep. It feels like they're, oh my God, I gotta do it before I forget. Like,
Mom,
God.
No, I love mob movies. Junior, actually, my husband Junior, he just put me on to, I had never seen it, but my sister had been telling me to watch it. Once a Bronx Tale.
Oh, I've never watched it. That one's on Netflix, right?
Oh, I think it's on Max.
Oh, okay.
But it was so good. It's a mob movie.
I love all of those, like Goodfellas and all that shit.
Oh, I love Goodfellas.
So good. What's that one Quentin Tarantino did that's not necessarily a mob movie, but it gives like the same kind of vibe?
Reservoir Dogs? No.
Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, yeah?
That gives me the vibe of that kind of thing.
Yes.
Because they're all in suits.
Yeah. I like the Italian mobs, but I also like Irish, like The Departed.
I've never watched, but I like Irish shit too.
You would love The Departed.
I love like Irish lore, like the Fae. You know, the fairies and
Matt
shit.
Damon, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, and Jack Nicholson.
Oh my, wait, I just remembered about this movie, The Luck of the Irish.
Oh my God, the leprechaun basketball player.
Yes, it was just because I was thinking about, you know that saying the luck of the Irish is like supposed to be sarcastic?
No, I didn't.
It's supposed to be like, because the Irish are so unlucky, they're like the luck of the Irish.
Oh.
Yeah, because they're like poverty, famine, like.
Oh my God, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah, it's like, but people are like, the luck of the Irish. Hey. But, yeah, that movie with the fucking leprechaun, the guy's like this, like, he plays basketball.
That's hilarious.
I miss those Disney movies, like the Mermaid Boy one.
The 13th Year? Love.
Whatever that one.
Oh my God, I'm
out.
sorry. I just crushed the mic.
I know, I tapped it earlier too. I hope I don't ruin everything.
But anyways, life after high school.
Oh yeah, life after graduation.
Went to Miami-Dade, did theater, loved everyone there. And then afterwards, I unfortunately, not that I gave up, but I was kind of in the same thing. I was like, fuck, I need to make money. Like, I'm tired of, like, my mom was super, like, supportive. She was like, you complete school, I'll pay for everything that you need until you get a job. And I kind of felt bad. I felt like I was being a burden, even though she's my mother and, you know, I'm her child. So, but I ended up getting a job. Eman actually helped me get this job. He was working at the restaurant. I don't know if I should say it's
no.
Okay. Great experience, beautiful people, but you know, if you work in the food industry, you know. If you're 27, you're gonna feel like you're 47 in 3 years. So that's exactly what happened. I got a job there, and then I just dropped theater. I stopped doing everything. My best friend at the time, after she finished theater, she actually continued and started doing like improv and stuff. And I went to her show and I was like, oh my God, I should totally do this. And I didn't. And
well, it's never too late.
no, I know it's never too late. But I'm also like, fuck, it's been so long. I know it's like riding a bike, but it also gives me so much anxiety because I feel like more closed off, you know? Like when you're a theater kid, you're so like, woo!
Because you're also young.
Yeah.
But in that same vein, it gives you a different perspective.
Yes.
And whether you know it or not, like that side of you is still there, and you probably already are exercising it when like you watch movies and you watch other people act.
Oh, definitely.
You're like, oh, I know, like I never took acting classes, so this is gonna be all wrong. The comedic timing.
No, you're 100% right. Every time Junior and I are watching like any movie, he was like, I kind of ruined movies for him because he's like, oh, you saw that guy standing there? Or like, for example, the Starbucks cup in Game of Thrones, you know, like stuff like that. Like, I'm like, oh, did you see that part? Or like, there's this movie with, who's this fucking guy from One Direction? Not the one who died.
I don't know.
Harry.
Oh,
Styles.
Harry.
He did that movie with this fucking lady, Florence Pugh.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
yes.
don't worry, darling. Fantastic. 10 out of 10.
It was good?
It was so good. It's like I don't know, I forget the name of the genre, but it was like a mind fucking thriller.
Oh, I love those kind of movies.
And there's like a part where it's like a very quick clip where you like see someone like adjusting blinds and it's her eyes opening, but I'm not gonna ruin the movie for you guys. But Junior's like, did you see that? Did you see her eyes? And I'm like, no, I didn't, but I'm teaching him. So it's like, oh fuck, now I have him in the same
catching
thing.
on.
So theater ruined that for me. But other than that, like, I don't know, I guess being aware of like how I speak and articulating. So it does help with like normal life things, but I do miss it a lot. Like,
and
but
I feel
hey,
like this is also like the first step. Like this kind of stuff is
exactly.
like us getting back into it maybe a year from now. Because I feel that. Like I feel like I let go of making music, of doing all this stuff, especially when I really had to like buckle down. And because after my stepdad died, that's kind of when I really stopped. Yeah. Because it was also kind of a wake up call for me that like, fuck, my mom's alone. Yeah. She has nobody but her children. Before, she had my stepdad who she intended to grow old with him. Yeah. But when he died, I looked around her life, I'm like, she's been so alone for so many years. Oh my God, that's making me emotional. No. And she literally takes care of my grandparents, and she put my brother and I through school in so many ways, you know, like, then I'm like, I really need to do something that when she's old, she doesn't have to worry about things. Yes. So that if she chooses to never have a life partner again, which would be totally fine, that she can like rely on someone. So I really had to like stop and be like, okay, what am I doing with my life? Yeah. And I was 23 years old. So I was like, I really got to figure this fucking out. So I started engineering school because my brother, he's an engineer. My brother's super fucking smart. He's like, to me, like a genius. He's way more of an engineer than I will ever be. But I started getting into engineering school. And during that time, I was getting into my music. So I felt like I was on top of the world doing something for my family and doing something for myself. But when things in engineering got like way more serious, a lot of the music things started falling behind. And then when I got pregnant, it was like pregnancy, working, and engineering. I was still going to school, and it was like too many things. And I haven't made music since I was like pregnant. And I really want to get back to it, and I feel like this is the first step.
Bitch. I'm sorry, can we pause first? Can you imagine going to school for engineering, bitch? That's like math with letters and shit, right? And then you're a mom, pregnant, going through pregnancy, growing a human, and also you were in the... Yeah. You deserve a fucking Nobel Prize.
Thank you. I feel like the worst mom in the world sometimes. And I have to remind myself. And like, whenever I talk to somebody, kind of like, I hear it in my head where I'm like, you're perfectly fine. Like, you're being a mom all the moments that you can be. And then you're also giving your son a good life. Because at the end of the day, get that little boy a good life.
Period.
Get that boy a
Not
good
to
life.
bash on men, but a man could never.
A man could never.
Could never.
I don't know. I have a pretty good one. Like,
Well,
my man's pretty good.
No,
My man's
for sure.
pretty good. So I'm like, he can.
Of course.
He can.
But do you think E-Man could literally have a child, like be pregnant as fuck going to school?
No, I think he would have given up. He would have been like, you're gonna have to maintain me.
Junior'd be like, the fuck?
Eating bonbons in bed.
Oh my god, he'd probably be fucking up like sweet tarts. Give me another pack, or give me a pack of Smarties.
And with the speed up all swollen.
Dude, my husband has a bunion. Baby, you know.
You're gonna talk about your husband's bunion on the air?
He's probably watching this like, you stupid bitch.
I already see fucking Junior, he's like,
Amanda!
the stressed out face. Oh my god. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll survive.
He's gonna be like, thanks.
Thanks for letting everyone
His
know.
friends are gonna be like, oh, they talked about your bunion. Yeah,
bunion's
go off,
crazy.
Chris. Go off, Max. All right, guys, we're coming down to a close. Comment below your favorite line of what we said in these past 2 episodes. Like the one line, like, Revolutionary War, what the fuck? Whatever you want.
This one's gonna be good. I feel like they're gonna say, your husband's bunion? But anyway, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. All that matters is the future.
Exactly.
And that we are just 2 girls. See you next time.